Hey there, it's Tasha Baldock here from tashabaldock.com. Just wanted to take a minute and walk through with you guys today how to set up and create custom professional sample request pages with JotForm. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the JotForm website, which is www.jotform.com. And when you arrive there, you're going to set up your free account. So you're going to click that sign up button and you're going to enter some information. So you'll need your username, an email address, a password, and then to confirm your password. And then you'll click on the Create My Account button. The next page that's going to come up for you is going to say, tell us more about yourself. So in here, you can put your company name, your full name, what industry you are representing, those kind of things. It only takes a couple seconds, so I highly recommend you do it at this point. But if you're busy and just want to get to creating your form, you can skip over. And at the bottom here, if you scroll down on that page, you're going to see the button skip. You can hit that and enter that information later. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go on to create form. So in the top left-hand corner, there's an orange button there that says create form. When you click on that, you're going to have another menu that's going to come up. Now this menu is going to give you a few options. There's a blank form, use a template, import a form, and request a form. I really like to use a blank form because then I can lay it out how I'd like it. But there's also lots of templates you could use, which are really easy and user friendly. So it's really completely up to you. But today we're going to talk about using a blank form. So I hit the create button and it's going to ask me to name my form. So you can really name it anything that you'd like. You can see here that I'm going to name this form sample and then hit continue. So here we go, it's my sample form. You'll see up here on the left-hand side, there's a little plus button for you to open up an additional menu. This is where you're gonna have the additions for your form. So you can add the header, your full, the name. So if you wanted people's names on your form, their email address, and that whole list, you can scroll down and there's a whole bunch of information that you can add there. Once you have done that, you're going to move into, let me just go to my next slide here. You're going to move in and you can edit the sections that you add. So you see here on the right hand side, there's a little wheel or a red garbage can. So if you wanted to delete that addition, you can delete it there by hitting that red button. Or if you want to edit that section, you can go into that little spinny wheel. And it's going to pull up another, like the properties of that section. So here it gives you the opportunity to retype your header, add a subheading to it. You can then move the positioning of the text in there. You can change the size of it. You can add, if you go into the next little on the top there, it'll say general and then it says heading image. If you go into the heading image, you can actually add an image in that header as well. So if your company has a logo, you can add that in there and then it'll be in that section as well for you. So it's just really simple and easy. Once you're done in there, you just use that X in the top right hand corner to close that menu out. And you can go back to the menu on the left hand side and put in your next section. So, if you wanted to add their name, their email address, their address. So one of the other features that I really like is when you go into that wheel after you've added their phone number, their email address, you can actually go in and add some really neat stuff. So you can put whether or not it's required. So if you want to make sure that you have people's names and email addresses and that's important to you, you'll want to turn the required on. So they will have to do that before they can submit their form. And then one of the other things I really love is that if you go into advanced in that tab, you're going to be able to put in placeholders. So to give people an idea about what they want, what they're going to type in there. So, like in the email section, you can do, like my name at tashabaldock.com. Just to give them an idea. So it just kind of lightly puts that text in. So you can see I've done that in the address section with like 123 home drive. And then it also gives you the opportunity to put in a hover text. So that's going to show up when people go and they hover over that area. A little bubble's going to come up and show them whatever message you've put in there. So if you see here, I put in that hover message. That's what it's going to say when people hover over that text. So it's just a nice advanced feature there that you can add to give people security, that you're not going to be passing along their information or any little, you can kind of add some personality to your form that way. So one of the other things that you can add, you can have their personal information, of course, because that's how you're going to want to contact them. Now, if you're selling your samples, you can add that, which I'll go over that in a minute, but you can also add video. You can add images and video. So for the videos, you want to go into that menu on the left-hand side and click on the tab that says widgets. And then there's a whole bunch of different options for you. If you've got a YouTube channel for your company or you make YouTube videos, you can add one of your own YouTube videos there by just clicking to add the YouTube video widget. And then on the right hand side, it'll pop up and you can put in the ULR for whatever video you want playing in that spot. So that's how you would add a video. To add an image, you would then go back and you can add images. I think on the basic menu, if you scroll down, there's an opportunity for you to put in files, and you would add your image that way, and you can put images in there too. So it's just really simple, and you can keep it as simple as you want as far as what people are going to experience when they go to your sample page, or you can make it, as fancy as you'd like. You can play around with it. You can also add the element of paying for your samples. So this is a feature that I really like. So what you can do is you can hook it up and have it linked to your PayPal account. So again, this is in the payments tab on the left-hand side. You can click on the PayPal. There's other options there as well, which with whatever method of payment you normally accept. But let's just do PayPal for today. So you're going to click on the PayPal account and it's going to come up with what your PayPal account is and then what currency you accept in, and then you'll actually create your products there. And you can add images to your products. You can, do 1 sample, 3 samples, a trial pack, whatever you want to do there. You can add as many as you want once you've set that up. And then you're just going to continue and it's going to add those onto your page. So it's just a great way for you to get your samples out to people and just to have it be really professional, and people, will feel much more secure about ordering their samples through you if you've got something like this professionally set up. So then the next thing you want to do once you're done, kind of with the information that you want on that page and the way that you want it to look, like whether it's pictures or the PayPal information, you can add like a security question if you want. You can leave a section for comments. There's all kinds of different drop-down menus, like if you want to have choices with boxes for people to check off, you can do that as well. Those are all under the Basics tab on that left-hand side. So once everything is formatted the way that you want it to look, now is when you're going to go in and you're going to work on your aesthetics. So what this page is going to look like. So you're going to go to that little paintbrush on the right hand side, that blue paintbrush, And when you click on that, it's going to open up your design center. So here's where you have the ability to change the color of the font and add a background image and change the image on the form that you're using. So you've got lots of different options there for what you can make it look like. There's also built-in themes that you can use. So you can choose one of those, or you can do things that are custom. So whatever's going to suit you and do the best, represent your brand the best. So once you've done that and you've made all those choices for aesthetically, that's when you're going to finish up your page. Now, at any time during this process, you can go up to that slide bar at the top right-hand corner, and you can take a look at what, like it says I think it says preview form. You can take a look, you can slide that over, and it's going to give you a preview of what your form's going to look like. So when you're in the preview, you won't be able to edit it at that point, but you can at least take a look and see what everybody else is going to see when they go there. And then you just slide it back, and that's when you can go back in and make any changes that you want to make. So once you're happy with the information that's on your form and aesthetically what your form looks like, you're going to go over to the Publish tab. And here is where you can edit your the address of your URL for your tab. So you would go to that little pencil in that bar there, and that will give you the opportunity to edit it. It might make a suggestion. And then that's where you're going to use that URL to do all your sharing, which is really nice. And then also, if you have a GoDaddy account, then you can actually go in there and create a subdomain with an even more detailed, specific URL for your sample page. So here's where you're going to publish your page. And then you can also go into your settings. So you've got your build is where you're going to build your page. Your settings is where you can customize some things. Like if you've got an autoresponder that you want people who are submitting their sample requests for, you're gonna hook up your autoresponder there. They have a generic thank you page that they're gonna send out when people submit their form, but you can change that to a custom URL if you want them pushed straight to your website after they've submitted the form. You can do that. So you would do that under the settings, and then you would publish under published. And so once that form is published, you just share away. I look forward to seeing all of the amazing sample pages that you create. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next video.